If you've already graduated from school and you have a low GPA, you are looking to study abroad, you are looking for scholarships abroad, what are the things that you can do in order to sort of recover your GPA and get to the point where you are accepted for scholarships and you are accepted for admissions and programs abroad? If that is you, watch this video from the start to the end, because I'm going to be covering everything that you need in order to help you recover from this process. I'm going to be putting all of this information in my database. So if you're not signed up to the database, do well to sign up for it, because I will create a tab for low GPA people so that you can go there and read more about the resources that can help you if you have a low GPA. So let's look here. What are the things that you should do? The first thing is sitting with yourself and having a conversation on, okay, I am out of school, I have a low GPA, I want to study abroad. What do I do next? So the first thing is doing this holistic review of yourself. For example, your raw GPA will be like 100%, right? And then you have to comparison of admission models. The domestic ones, they are looking at your GPA only. But normally you find a ton of universities and places that are looking at other things. For example, your GPA is 30%, and then your research potential is 30%, and then your leadership and impact is 20%, and then your professional competency is 20%. So you're looking for those opportunities that are not looking only or exclusively at your GPA. So admission committees in the UK, Canada, and the EU are shifting away from pure metrics. They are looking for evidence. Chevening values leadership qualities, and MITAX assesses research interest over raw grades. So you need to come up with a list of, okay, which are the universities, which are the scholarships that are not looking exclusively at those GPAs, such that you can start looking at what are the other things in my profile that I can sell to the scholarship provider, that I can sell to the person giving the admission, such that they know that I am a good person for this particular opportunity. So what are the things that you do? All right, you guys, I'm just going to take a minute here to tell you all about my database. If you're a bachelor's, master's, or PhD student looking to move abroad, looking to study abroad, I definitely highly recommend this database. Get up every morning, lock in 1 or 2 hours, sign into the database, look through the scholarships, graduate assistantships, universities, no tuition universities, no application fee universities, anyone that you need based off of your needs, and then start preparing your application documents. Use the sample CVs to write yours. Use the sample SOPs to write yours. Use the sample recommendation letters and the research proposals to write yours. Go through that whole process. Apply. If it gets hard somewhere along the line, use AI to push through. That was actually my strategy to get 4 fully funded scholarships. And I know that if you do that daily for the next 6 months, 1 year, you are also going to get your own fully funded scholarship. The link is in the description box. Sign up and good luck. One, you have the offset strategy. So you have a low GPA. What are the other things that you can do? Number one, leadership impact. It gives you a character offset. Professional skills, it gives you a competency offset. Research output, it gives you an academic offset. So there are 3 steps here: research potential, proving capability through output like publications. Do you have any publications? Have you written anything in your field? Those are the things that can help boost your profile. If someone is looking at your CV and then the person goes to the section for publication and they just see publications, they'll be like, oh wow, this is actually someone that is serious, right? And then professional competence, demonstrating current technical proficiency to override past academic performance, especially if you have skills that are really needed in that the university wants or the job whoever wants. Those are things that really get to matter. Leadership, shifting from narrative from student to future change maker. Start an NGO. Start some kind of a volunteering program. Be like, I founded this program that tutors 100 students every month from low-income neighborhoods. Like, that is something that someone can be like, oh, you look like a serious person. Key insight: the offset strategy proactively balances academic shortcomings by highlighting alternative strengths in research skills, leadership to meet a holistic review. So what did we say? Do some publications. That is important. Get good at your job in terms of like work-related stuff. Let your bosses and whoever be ready to write good recommendations for you. And number three, start an organization. That is the first thing that you are going to do. So let's look at the research offset. There are actually programs. Let us like putting this now into like, how do you get this done? Yeah, okay, there is talking about it, but how do you get this done? So the first one here is the research offset. So you have this vehicle, MITAX Global Link Research Internship in Canada. I am not familiar with this program. I have never seen anyone who has done it. I do not know about it. I've not seen it posted, but the research showed this. So y'all should go do more research about it, okay? Do not be like, oh my God, Dr. Watikum said we can do this, so we all are going to do this. Just do more research about it. We can chat in the comment section how the research is going. So you have MITAX Global Lean Research Internship in Canada, the opportunity. It is a competitive initiative for international undergraduate students to conduct a 12-week research projects under Canadian faculty supervision. Had no idea. The funding is fully funded. It includes airfare, housing, stipend, enrollment fees, and medical insurance. Time to call my younger brother. Time to call my younger brother. I've never heard about this. The strategic entry MITAX explicitly evaluates research interest and skills and the quality of the statement of interest. This is the entry point to prove academic capability regardless of transcript history. It targets undergraduate students. Oh no, my younger brother already has finished his bachelor's, so probably this is not a good fit for him. But if you have someone that is in high school and the person is not scoring too well, I think that this is a good program to introduce them to, because that is going to help them go a long way. Okay, let's look at the other skills, the skill offsets number 2. So here if you look at the diagram, you see the degree title, that is what is showing, but what are the things that are beneath it? The real value, you have data analysis, Python, R. So these are like the skills that you have: project management, experimental training, professional certifications, specialized training. Certifications can verify that you can handle the rigor of a master's degree today, regardless of yesterday's grades. Strategy: demonstrate current proficiency to neutralize past grades. A C in statistics is overridden by a completed research project using SPSS or Python. So source: Erasmus Mundus evaluates training placement. MITAX offers professional skills development courses alongside research. And I think that one of the ways that you can also get this done is by getting certificates, because in most of these certificate programs, you have to study it within a certain period of time, and then you have to go through some processes, you have to write some exams. So if you're also piling up these certificates showing that you're good, you've learned this, you've learned that, those skills get to matter so much more. For example, if you're applying for a computer science scholarship or computer science degree, and they see that so many of those things you have already learned, you have certificates for, oh, okay, your GPA was not that good, but look at all of these things that you have done. That is going to offset your GPA. So if you have a low GPA, go and get those certificates, because it's going to help you. So let's look at the mechanic number 3, the impact offset. So here, of course, there are some scholarships that are looking for what impact have you done. Remember I told you, go start an NGO? Yes, go start an NGO. Start an NGO, because that is you helping to create impact in your world, and that impact is going to translate to opportunities for you. I'm not saying go and create some sham organization. Create an organization based on things that you care about, and that is going to go a long way. For example, you have your graduation, and then within that 2 years you have work experience, volunteering, then you do your application. You're out of school right now, so you've graduated, you can go to work, then you can do some volunteering, and then you can do your application. So give yourself 2 years if you have a low GPA to build up your profile, build up your research potential, build up starting some organizations, build up your work profile, and then do all of those things and build up, knowing that in 2 years time, in 1 year time, I am going to be applying for scholarships. So you have here the requirement: applicants must have at least, this is specific to the Chevening scholarship, applicants must have at least 2 years of work experience. But there are so many scholarships that are accepting people like this. The Swedish Institute scholarship is looking for 3,000 work hours. The World Bank scholarship is looking for this. So if you follow this plan, you do your graduation with that, despite that low GPA, get some work experience, do some volunteering, build up your research potential, get certificates, you are definitely going to get a scholarship. The Pivot Chevening looks for ambition, leadership qualities, and a passion for influencing positive change. As I said already, it's not just Chevening. Strategic insight: your GPA is static. It's in the past. Your impact is dynamic. Right now, what can you do right now? There's no such thing as a typical Chevening scholar. The vision outweighs the history. That is so true. Target young professionals, future leaders, change makers. Focus on demonstrated impact. That is to go along. That is actually really telling you that, yeah, your GPA can be low, but if you're proactive, if you watch this video, and if you know anyone who has a low GPA, share this video with them, because this is extremely important, because those are the things that stack up, and they stack up to help you separate yourself from that low GPA, show how good you are in whatever it is that you're interested in, and that is how you get yourself opportunities, scholarships, work opportunities, admissions. That is how you stand out and get it. Even with reference to like cold emailing professors and talking about something you're interested in doing research about, that actually also counts if you have built up this profile, because the professor will be like, oh my goodness, this is someone that has been doing a ton of work after their studies. If you watch the video about the MEC scholarship, I told you all that sometimes a professor is looking for someone that has done some work in a particular field, and if you are that person, they will give you an opportunity. Okay, and then let's look at the narrative pivot in your SOP. I've explained this in a ton of videos about SOPs. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it, because it is going to help you. It is going to help you. So you have the past academic history. Number one, acknowledge, briefly state the history without excuses. I told you all how to explain low GPA in your SOP. Have you all watched that video? Go and watch the video. And then the pivot here, you describe the turning point or specific research passion that you discovered. How are you going to flip the script, right? You have to figure out how to flip the script. 3, proof, showcase the skills offset, and what are the things that you are now doing differently, that is like regardless of that low GPA that you have. As I said already, if you have not watched that video, you have a low GPA and you're writing a statement of purpose, do yourself a favor and go watch it. Then the CV pivot, functional design. So here you have, how are you going to arrange your CV? You have a low GPA, right? So you don't want your low GPA to be the first thing that someone sees when they come to your profile. So as you can see, you have the hot zone and the cold zone. And the cold zone is where you should put your education and your low GPA below where the person has already been wowed by the things that they see above. So in that hot zone above there, you're putting your research experience, your publications, your technical skills, the organizations you run, bumper them with all of the good things about yourself. Then by the time they come down, that is where you're like, okay, and then this is my GPA. I think this is such an amazing strategy. So heat gradation from intense to shirts and for the reader. Top section, relevant experience, research intent, mid tax, middle section, technical expertise, and then the bottom section, education. I think that this is an amazing strategy. I've never heard about this. I have never heard this. But when you think about it, you're like, yeah, this is good, right? I think that this is good. So let's have the gateway strategy, short-term mobility. So what you can do here, number one, apply for a short-term program like the MITAX, the Global Link, DAD short grants. And then step 2, perform excellent during that 12 weeks internship. Step 3, secure a reference letter from a host professor. And then step 4, leverage that for PhD or master's. I think that is an amazing way. The Trojan horse effect, a strong reference letter from a Western faculty member often overrides a low GPA from a foreign university during the holistic review process. I think that this is an amazing idea. And just as I said also in that next video, most times when that professor actually sees your work, knows what you do, is interested in you, there is nothing anyone can stop you. Like they cannot stop you. And that is why they are talking here about this program, where if you go there, do that research, build a good relationship, have a recommendation letter, then you are able to get it. Now let's look at the target sector, research first scholarships. There are some scholarships that, they are targeting, for example, Germany, the DAAD, and then Canada, they have the MITAX program. To be honest, I have not heard much about this MITAX program. I am not sure how it works, but yeah, there is that. Then there's the leadership first scholarships. I have done a video on this channel about these scholarships do not care about your GPA. If you've not watched that video, I'm going to attach it. I'll probably put it in the comment in the description box. Go ahead and look at it so you know the scholarships that you build up this profile, and then what are the scholarships that you can apply for. Here you have the European Union Erasmus Mundus Manaki scholarships. As I said already, those scholarships are there. Go ahead and apply for all of them. Get information about them. At least know as much as you can about them, and then get ready to apply for them. So now let's look at the 18 months recovery roadmap. Low GPA people. Low GPA people, what do you do? Number one, get certifications. This is like for the first 6 months, you're getting certificates. What are you interested in studying? Getting certificates. And then in that period also, you start independent research. Actually, I am starting some independent research myself because I want to build up my research potential. Just imagine being a doctor and then you don't have tons of publications. That is not a very good thing. So I'm doing it myself, and I'm advising you all to do it also. And then for the next 6 to 12 months, apply for MITAX, Global Link, or DAAD short grants. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you do some research to find out about all of this, because I am not very familiar with all of these programs. What are these programs? And then from the 12 months to the 15 month, your networking, secure a reference letter from a host supervisor. This is you now in a short program abroad. And then you now submit your full from the 15 month to the 18 month, you are now ready to submit your application to a fully funded scholarship. And with all of that comes a profile that is good enough, despite the low GPA, to get scholarships and to get admissions abroad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do well to like the video, share the video with a friend, a brother, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, anyone in your church, anyone on your social media that you think needs this video. Click that share icon, share it with them as much as possible. And also subscribe here if you're new, and keep coming back if you are a bachelor's, master's, or PhD student looking to study abroad. If you're a young person looking to migrate abroad, I hope that this was helpful. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.